Hello everyone. This is going to be another ataxia video I wanted to put out there and do. I want to dig deep into this further about my genetic testing results and ataxia, having ataxia. Anyways, excuse me. There are different types of ataxia, and there are so many different genetic mutations causing ataxia, depending on the type of ataxia and whatnot. Based on my understanding, I'm no doctor, but I wanted to share my experience and the results based on the genetic testing I had done. And this was done in 2006, okay? So, my genetic testing results, as of 2006, and I had an MRI done too, and it didn't show any evidence of cerebellar shrinking of the cerebellum, which can be seen in some people with ataxia, but not all people. So it was so hard to diagnose because the tests I had done didn't really prove anything that I had ataxia. But deep down, I knew I had ataxia. It felt like I had ataxia, and it runs in my family. So I just knew the whole time. Pretty much the whole time that I had ataxia. But, you know, doctors sometimes can be doctors, and they don't even know everything, and they're still learning more. But, so I had several tests done, and I take a medication called exozolamide, also known as Diamox, to decrease my symptoms or episodes I seem to have from ataxia. And based on the symptoms, it seems like some sort of episodic ataxia. So I was later prescribed exozolamide, and it has successfully decreased the severity and frequency. It doesn't take away all the symptoms, and I still have episodes. But for the most part, it has decreased its severity of the symptoms because it can actually get really bad. And people seem to think, whoop-de-doo, I'm lucky to have episodic ataxia, and it really doesn't feel like I am lucky, even though some days I experience little to no symptoms. It could be extremely debilitating and disabling. Just like any form of ataxia, it's just a different, how it happens is different than other ataxias. But anyways, as ataxia affects people differently. But, so the results of my genetic testing in 2006 were inconclusive, meaning it was uncertain as to what was the cause to my symptoms. It didn't mean it was a positive result in the genetic testing, and it didn't mean it was a negative one either. They just didn't know what it was. That was the result of my genetic testing. It could mean that they found a gene mutation, but they didn't know what it was, or if it was not the cause to my symptoms, or if it was the cause to my symptoms. But that they could have found something. That's also a possibility. And it's possible that it could be an unknown mutation that the genetic people, however you want to call them, does not know any information about, or knows very little information about, leading to an inconclusive test result because they lack the knowledge and information about that specific gene mutation. But it does not necessarily mean they didn't find anything. It just means that they did not have the information to say it was causing the symptoms or not. So that's a possibility. It could very well mean that they found the gene mutation causing my ataxia, but they weren't sure that it was the cause of my ataxia, because there are several different gene mutations causing ataxia, and they only know the known mutations. And the known mutations will come back positive for ataxia. And they don't know every single gene mutation that causes ataxia. So this can lead to an inconclusive or uncertain test result of genetic testing. This was based on my experience. Some people, I guess, doctors would want to follow up genetic testing after so many years, or they'll just diagnose you. Like my experience, I was diagnosed with episodic ataxia type 2, whether this is accurate or not, because testing didn't prove it. It was based on the symptoms and having a family history of it. But I could also have an uncertain or undiscovered gene mutation in my family that could actually be the cause to my symptoms. The thing is, the doctor doesn't know for certain. That's why a test result comes back uncertain, okay? That's based on my experience, and I wanted to share some insight on my genetic testing results done in 2006. Anyway, see you in upcoming videos. Bye now.